Yo, what's up, you YouTube bastards? You know what? I just got home from the range, put hundreds and hundreds of rounds through my Kel Tec Sub 2000, and it's running really well, just like they usually do in this generation. I am showing you that bag just to show you how compact and how nice it is and how practical the Sub 2000 is. Just want to show you. It fits in that little bag. That's a little bag. And what we're going to do today, what I used to do in the old days, if you watch my videos, I would purchase a firearm, then shoot it, then show you how to take it apart. Well, this video is, I know I could have videoed shooting it today, but I just wanted to concentrate on it, how it performed and its reliability and all that stuff. And I just didn't want to be distracted. So I wanted to put a lot of rounds through it, you know, run it and get it nice and hot and just run it and run it and run it and see how it did. It did great. But I just wanted to show you, in this little bag, this gun fits in here. How cool is that? Every time I say I'm not going to put stuff on a gun, as you guys know, I always do. Because I just couldn't resist. A friend of mine gave me this AFG, and I'm like, man, that's the perfect color. I want to see how it looks and feels on the Sub 2000. And guess what? It really does help your shooting. Gives you a little bit more to hold on to. Because, yeah, that's why. Alright, let's get to it. I ran all kinds of Glock mags. I ran the Glock 19 mag, the Glock 17 mag, the 33 round Glock mag. It runs with all the mags. I didn't run it with the Magpul mag because I'm just probably not going to use it. I just rather use the Glock mags because they're definitely better quality. The Magpul mag is a very, very nice magazine, but it ain't on par with the Glock mag. Sorry, just not. Okay, anything Magpul makes, I love. You know me. I'm a huge fan of Magpul, but it's not a Glock mag, so it's just not. All right, who's bothering me already? Gay. All right, let me turn that off. All right, now. I have been carrying appendix, and it's been working out. You just got to get used to it. And carrying my Glock 43. Why am I bringing that up? I don't know. Because when I sit down, I can feel the gun, so it enters my mind. So far we got pretty much, I would say, 400 rounds through this thing. So here's the deal. I ran American Eagle, I ran PMC, MagTech, Lawman, kinetic reload ammo, which is awesome ammo that a buddy of mine sent me. That ammo is awesome. It runs so good. That's 5 different, let me see, is that it? Yeah, there's 5 different manufacturers of ammunition that I ran through it. Okay? With, you know, full metal jacket target rounds, ball ammo. Hollow points, I ran like 25 rounds of Spear Gold Dot, 1 jammed. 1. Okay? I ran 33 rounds of HSTs and they ran perfect. So, to me, that's a decent gun. It's reliable. A lot of people that don't know guns look at this kind of weapon and say, well, that's really not a go-to gun. That's a novelty gun. No, it's not. Every gun's different. If you run hundreds and hundreds of rounds through it and it's not jamming and you're shooting accurately with it, it's a go-to gun. Okay? If your gun jams a lot, that's not a go-to gun. That's a novelty gun and that's something you just plink with. But if you have a gun that's reliable, that's a go-to gun. Okay? Common sense. Alright. So it's really, really dirty. I didn't clean it. And every time a gun comes out, see, clear chamber. Every time a gun comes out, right away there'll be YouTube videos on anything that's wrong with it. Usually, that's the first thing that happens. The only thing that I've heard about the Sub 2000 is, after a while, the front sight, which is steel, the first generation is plastic. The front sight will start to get loose and move. So far I got 400 rounds plus another 50 some rounds or 40 some rounds of hot hollow points through it, and it's still rock solid. If it does happen, that's not a discouraging thing. It's really not a big deal. What's caused the way this is put on, it's not just slid on there, it's actually threaded on there. Beautiful. So if that ever gets loose, I will unthread it, red Loctite it, put it back up. There's also a set screw here, back that out, blue Loctite that, set that in, wait 24 hours, and that thing's never going to get loose again. Another thing people were concerned about is how this isn't very positive. Mine is. Mine is very positive clicks. So once you set it, it's good. I haven't lost zero through the whole 400 rounds at all. This is definitely a tack driver. Yes, 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 yes. Just like the MPX. What the MPX has over this is there's like zero recoil. This has a little recoil, and after a while, when you shoot it a lot, I'm not just saying shoot 100 rounds and go home. Shoot 500 rounds with it, because of the way this is designed. It's like there's like teeth on it. It will tear up it'll tear up wherever you hold it on your body. I got all kinds of red scrapes on me from shooting it, but I mean it's not that big of a deal. I'm sure there's a rubber butt pad you can get. I seen one from ATI. It's a little big. I don't think I want it. It's like a big giant fucking, I don't know. It looks too big to me. If I can find something a little more slimmed down, or I'll actually make something just to cover this up with just a little bit of cushion. That's really all you need, because the last 100 rounds I just threw a rag on my shoulder, and that you know, made it feel better. But as far as this thing being reliable, it is so reliable, and it's so easy to shoot straight. So what I did was, I was going through all my stuff, because some guy on the YouTube comments said you should put a ladder rail cover on there, because it is good to have them, because it protects them from getting chipped up. Feels better on your hands too. Black, because it's OD green and black. And dude, if you're watching again, I used your suggestion. I agree with you. It looks really, really nice. It's not quite long enough, but I did use your suggestion and put that rail cover on there. Okay, so that was an awesome idea. This I had laying around. A friend gave it to me, and it happened to be the slim one, and it looks really nice on it. And when you're holding the rifle, man, it really gives you something to hold on to, and it really gives you the ability to pull back into your shoulder nice and tight as you're firing it. Definitely, and it looks nice, and I can still, you know, fold it with no problem. I'm not going to put anything on here that's going to get in the way of folding this up, because that's the best feature about this thing. So, whoops, wrong way, dummy. So, it's running great. I'm glad I got it, and let's get on with the disassembly. All right, here's what you got to know about the disassembly. Very, very important, if I can remember, because I researched it a few days ago. Before you take it apart, always charge the charging handle to get the hammer down. So right now, all you have to do, okay, is rack it like that, put it on safe, okay, rack it, which that pushes the hammer down. Put it on safe, just in case you hit the trigger, you don't want the hammer flying up. The problem is, once you pull the bolt out, and if you have the hammer up, or you hit it by accident, the hammer's up, you have to get a screwdriver in there to get the hammer back down, so you can get the bolt back in. So just remember, rack it, safety on. I was watching a few videos on this, and one guy said this is a great gun, but he hates where the safety is, because you can't get to it. Okay, because he's using his index finger to try to get to it. I'm not going to say who it was, but it's like, dude, seriously? You put the mag in, you flip it around, your thumb's right here. It's not even an issue. Your thumb's already right there. So you put the mag in, and there, you're ready to go. It's, seriously? I don't know. It's not a big deal. So, that's it. Okay, so it's ready. It's safe, as you guys could see. It's ready to be disassembled. Now, I just want to point out that the first generation Sub 2000, the pin that holds it in is kind of, it comes out, but it won't come all the way out, so it's fixed. It'll stop. This pin will come all the way out. I didn't think it would, so when I pulled hard, because I thought it was going to stop, it didn't stop, and everything flew out the back. I heard springs and everything, and I was very upset. So remember, when you're pulling that rear pin out to disassemble it, it will come all the way out. So just be careful, nothing shoots out. See, the thing is, when you push once you push this in, there's 3 circles you got to line up. It's the outside circle, the circle on the pipe, whatever the fuck, the stock, the circle on the other side, and then the circle, because this starts to move around. So everything has to be lined up to get it out of there. So it's a little bit of a pain. It's one of those things where you got to get a feel for it, and I don't have a feel for it yet because I'm not familiar with the gun. There it goes. So now I know what I got to do. If you want to see the back of that little divot, you got to make sure the recoil spring sits in that pocket as you're pushing it in. You know, I think this is something you got to get used to. So I want to take out the recoil spring. It comes right out of that hole. Okay, and then this will allow this to come right out. Okay, there's your charging handle. The back end, I get that this was what retains everything into place, keeps it in place. Here's your disassembly pin. I'm not sure if you have to go left or right. It looks like it looks symmetrical. It looks like one side's the same size as the other. That my eye can see. I don't know if that matters. Recoil spring, very much like an AK-47 recoil spring. Looks like just like one, as a matter of fact. Okay, now that you have that off, you can move your stock. You can make it like that long if you want to, because you got 1, 2, 3 settings, but I want to keep it short. Okay, now here's the bolt assembly. This should slide right out, and if it don't, you can use something to persuade it a little, like the charging handle. There you go, and just pull it out. Now when you pull this out, I can't believe, like, with all this friction, that 9mm has the gas power to blow that back like that. That's amazing to me. It really is. Okay, I scratch that. Look how that happened. Okay, so there it is. That is the bolt. There's the wear, as you can see. That's where it's wearing. That's where you want to oil it the most. And this hole has a burr on it because it just scratched the shit out of that. Look at that. That ain't going to affect anything. This thing is filthy dirty. This is the front of the bolt. This is the rear. Okay, and that's how it goes in. There's 2 pieces. This is really filthy, so I'm going to start cleaning this, and I'll get all this clean, and then you know, you don't have to watch me clean it. It's just like any other gun. But you can real easily get to everything because all you have to do to get in the chamber is fold this in half like that. Now you can get in there really well. You can get into the receiver area where the ejector is and all real easy. And another thing you want to do is this pipe is clean. I use like a shotgun brush like this to clean down on that pipe. It works really well. Alright, so there's a disassembly. I'm going to clean it. When I come back, I'll show you how to put it back together. God, I pretty much got it clean as I can do it. And it's pretty clean because I try to clean it, get everywhere if I can. So, like I said, it's easy to clean because the thing comes apart so much, and it's real easy to get to the most dirtiest areas. What I did with this, the back of the bolt carrier, this weight, is I hit it with some Scotch-Brite just to polish it up a little bit, because you can see where the rub marks are from when it's running back and forth. So I just got Scotch-Brite, which is good because it doesn't remove material, it just polishes, and I just smoothed it all out. It's just going to run even that much better when I go to run it again. Because all this moves back and forth and it's a lot of friction. So what I'm going to do now is lightly coat everything with my favorite lubricant is Lucas Extreme Duty Gun Oil. If you don't have any, I suggest you get some. We have it at Double Action, we sell it. So you don't even have to go on the internet, you just come in the gun shop if you live local and get some off of us. So just you don't need a lot of it. It's very thick oil. It's got a lot of body to it. Okay, and the same with the bolt carrier here. This is the actual bolt carrier. I could have polished this up too, but I'll let that polish itself on its own since it's running reliable. Okay. Alright, that's plenty. You don't want to over lubricate either. Now, if I can remember this right, when it goes in, see how it's round on the top and it's flat on the bottom. The flat part on the bottom faces this direction. So I got so much shit on this table because of the holsters and shit. So what I'm going to do is lock this into place like that and then slide this in. And that's going to be like that. Okay, and then I'm going to put in the charging handle, which I forgot to clean, but you really don't need to clean it, just wipe it off and hit it with some oil. So really don't need to oil that. The oil on my fingers is enough oil for that. Okay, so now I'll put this in like that. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is make sure, make sure it's going to go forward. Which, see, it just went forward. That's good. I know it's good. Okay, but now I'm going to back it out again, back it up a little, and get the recoil spring. I want the recoil spring to kind of stick out. Let's get this on. I'll put it on the last setting where it was. And you got to get all three holes lined up perfectly, or that pin is a bitch to put in. Okay, and I'm going to put the recoil spring, goes in a hole in the back of the bolt. You'll see it. I don't have to show you. Trust me, you will see it. Okay, I'm going to push this forward. I want it to stick out because, you see what I'm doing? I want it to stick out because it has to go in that little pocket right there. So it rests in there. So what I'll do is I'll put it in there, get it to about there, and now all I have to do is make sure it's forward, is give it a little pressure and put the pin in. Okay, I don't know why it's resisting. There it goes. I just don't have the finger strength I used to. There it is. So, as you can see, once again, it's really simple. It's just one of those things where you have to get a feel for it, where you'll get faster and faster and faster. Like a 1911, when you take a 1911 apart. You actually get a feel for it. So, let's check her out. As you can see, there was nothing obstructing me getting in the way because the hammer's down. Okay, so I'm going to put it on hot and rack the charging handle and make sure everything's working okay. And get the lubrication working too. Pull trigger. Check the reset. There's your reset. Fire. Okay, working good. Now what I'll do, try to do as much as I can, especially if I'm going to use it for home defense. I'll put a snap cap in there, you know, chamber it and make sure it extracts also, just to make sure. I mean, that's as much as you can do. Yeah, and you know, just hope for the best when you get the thing really loaded, and if you're going to use it, it'll be fine. Yeah. So there it is, the disassembly and the reassembly of the Gen 2 Sub 2000. I'm just going to wipe it down a little bit more and make it hot and put it away. And so far so good. Things running like a top.